G'day viewers and welcome to the latest PB's Retro Restorations. This week I'm doing this Ford Galaxy police car, number 55C. As you can see, it's missing its siren off the top. The rear suspension's a bit saggy, you might have noticed in the start of the video, and most of the paint has gone from it, so should be a fairly straightforward makeover. So let's get it apart. The interior is all good, it just needs a good scrub. The interior glass is another story though. It looks like it's been in a shootout with some crooks, so I think we can get a replacement for that one. This suspension piece is bowed from years of use and play. I'm going to try a technique I've seen in some other videos to straighten it out. The interior all folds apart so it can come out of the mould when they make it, so that'll help to keep it good clean. Here I'm just dremeling the posts on the body, make them nice and neat so we can get that base to sit back on it nice and flush. Now it's wheel removal time. Good times for everybody. Now I'm going to wire brush the base for this one, being a metal clear base with no paint on it. We'll try and shine it up as much as we can. It's got lots of neat details in the grille and everything on this model. And just putting the wheels in some brake fluid, giving them a good clean. And clean up the axles with some sandpaper and the drill. Beautiful. Now I'm just going to drill and tap the holes so I can take the little threaded screws when we put it back together. And I put the cap screws back in without the base, so when I repaint that body, boom boom, hopefully they'll be white too. Now I gave up trying to strip it with the Dremel. I thought that white paint would flake off, but it didn't. So here it is stripped. Now remember to use goggles when you're dremeling, unless you like being blind. You can't do many models if you can't see. Just using a pick to get into those finer points of the grille, get all the grub and paint out. And clean the brake fluid off those wheels. They look pretty good, but I'm going to clean them a bit more and give them a paint too. Give this interior a scrub. Now I've got the wheels threaded on a little bit of string stretched in between two of my clips, and just give them a touch of semi-gloss black Tamiya. Brings them right up. Now here's that suspension piece. I've got on a bit of metal here. I'm going to try and heat it up, hopefully enough heat to just flatten it back out, let it go cool, it'll be fine. But of course, the best laid plans. But of course I buggered it, but it worked and I got the result I wanted, even if it's not very pretty. The wheels are dry. Now to fix these wheels back onto the axles, I'm using Marty Matchbox's method of a block of wood and a couple of nails and just forming them back over. Works well for me. Now the siren on top. You may remember if you watched my Corgi taxi makeover, I talked about how you buy the glass and it has a dome on top that you have to cut off, and that I might just be able to use it for another project. Well, this is that project, and I cut the dome off and you would not believe it. To my eye it looks like it might be about the right size. Well, I tell you race fans, it's not just the right size, nearly the right size. It's a perfect fit. Like, there is no gap around it. It might be a bit too tall and I'm going to have to paint it with some Tamiya clear, but I could not believe it. It is such a neat fit. You could not have bought one better. Like, anyway, so some things happen for a reason. Here's all our refurbished pieces. I've got that new windscreen in the mail. We'll get it back together. Now I didn't make my own decals this time. When I ordered the windscreen, the same vendor had the replacement decals for next to nothing, so I used them. Okay, so here's the flashback to the beginning of the video. No siren light on top, hardly any paint. That rear suspension's sagging. The windscreen's completely shot out by somebody and destroyed. And here's what we have got now. Sitting up nice and straight like it should again, with its replacement dome light, new glass you can actually see through, and nice and clean, spick and span, new decals. Looks great. I'm really pleased with how this one's come out. So thank you once again for taking the time to drop by my channel and watch my video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Hello to my new subscribers I got this week. Thanks for joining us. If you liked this video, you might like to subscribe as well. Maybe share it with a friend you think might enjoy it, or just give it a like and a thumbs up and let me know what you think. I always like to hear comments, so if you've got one, be it good or bad, please let me know. Thanks for watching.